Maybe his parents were crazy. Or did they think he was real? As soon as Buddy could walk, he was put into a wooden crate his dad had sculpted out of redwood. His meals consisted only of a handful of radishes wrapped in collard greens and were flicked through the slits of the bark. He kept his misery inside because he knew a fate worse would come if it leaked. He had a lot of time to think, and through his thinking came anger, real anger. One day his mother came home and saw Buddy in his tiny box. She locked eyes with his father, who locked eyes with his sister, and they all moved towards a cage sitting on 3 separate sides. Buddy looked away. His father held up his peace sign fingers and pointed to Buddy's eyes, and then pointed to his eyes. And through the slits of the wood, they stared at each other. And his father said to him, "Woo!" And his mother repeated, "Rah!" And his sister repeated after that, "Rah!" And one by one they took turns, as Buddy's eyes followed each bark. Woo! Rah! Woo! Rah! Woo! Rah! Woo! Rah! Woo! Woo! Rah! Woo! Woo! Rah! Rah! Woo! Woo! Rah! Rah! Woo! Woo! Rah! 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 Buddy could do nothing. And this made him even more angry. As he sat in his cage, his breath got heavier, and his body warmed up 10 degrees. And his heart was beating twice as fast. He was at his breaking point. The next day at school, he ran as fast as his weak little body would go, and didn't stop till he reached the Himalayas. And when he got there, he opened his mouth and screamed as a mountain of fire erupted from his throat. And he sat there as still as an oak tree, but he didn't move. It was him and his anger staring eye to eye. He said to himself, I'm not moving, I'd rather die. He sat and he felt every little tiny feeling. The fire of his past went from pain to healing. Nothing felt as pain, he just let himself be. Every sensation was felt objectively, moment to moment, never staying the same. He welcomed the burning, the change, and then the pain. Every breath he took, fire entered his nose. He scanned his body from his head down to his toes, feeling everything, no judgments, just aware. The first thing to catch was his scalp, and then his hair. Stinging of the heat slowly spread throughout his head. The fire burned his skin, and his face began to shed. It ran from his neck to his shoulders, down his hands. He accepted everything, and he started to understand, knowing his anger was like feeling the fire. Happiness wasn't something needed to be acquired. Living and dying, everything will just change. It was at this moment that Buddy felt something strange. His body burst in flames, and all that was enclosed melted to the ground. His organs, his heart exposed. His body turned black, and it crumbled in the sand. The sky opened up, and rain fell on the land. It was only a few months before it rose from the earth. His ashes mixed and morphed, and slowly began to burn a stem of a plant. With a leaf began to show, the roots got deeper as a tree began to grow. Kids came round the tree and gathered round to write their names with a knife, but Buddy did not fight, not moving a budge when the knife slit the bark. In a state of constant bliss, from the light to the dark, freedom from suffering and all desire. Sit under the tree, and you will feel his fire. It happened to more, future, present, and past. The anger and the pain